72 is the temperature at 101
Why don't we
Gold.
split the difference and say 90 from now on?
Okay, all right. Sure. Why do we say 101? We always like to say 101.
That's a little extreme.
No, that is. Janet and Mello Honig are with us this morning. They're the folks behind Sunspot Solar Energy Systems. We welcome you both to 101 Gold.
I just read about you in the paper today, as a matter of fact. Did I not? You were quoted in the Las Cruces Sun News.
I haven't read the paper yet this morning.
Yes, your name is in there regarding the healthcare candlelight vigil, I think, is what it was related to.
Yes, I was a speaker there last night.
Were you? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And were you talking about solar energy at all in the hospital? No.
Well, actually, there were a few people in the audience that were talking to me about solar. But we were using candles.
Certainly. Well, those are, that's kind of ancient technology, but you can't get much farther back than the sun. We've always had the sun, and solar energy has been forgive the pun, a hot topic for some time. But now it seems to really be coming into its own.
Well, it is. And I think the reason that it is because the federal government, the state government, and local utility company, El Paso Electric, have all gotten into the game to make this super affordable for your listeners. It's great.
Super affordable.
Super affordable. The cost of owning one of these systems has been slashed by 75% in just the last year and a half, 2 years.
That's pretty dramatic.
Yes.
Is that because of the advances in technology, the cheapening of materials? Is it because of government? Why is that?
Very little on the material side. Really, most of it has come from government and private incentives that make running your electric meter backwards affordable.
Tell me what it would cost, say, for a 2,000 square foot home if you're converting to solar energy or you're interested in doing so. What kind of out-of-pocket expense would someone be looking at?
Well, there are systems now that start under $10,000. And once you add in the 40% federal and state tax credits, you're talking about $5,000 and $6,000 to be able to get into solar.
So that's considerably less than a conventional system you're talking now.
Absolutely. And these systems are expandable. So you could start with a small system like $10,000 or so. And if over a period of time, years, months, whatever works for you, you could expand it to meet whatever needs you want.
When you start that way, what would you get out of it? What could you power with a small system that size?
You'll probably, with a system that size, you'll start saving between $40 and $50 a month right away on your electric bill. So it's a very worthwhile investment.
So you're still hooked up to the grid at that point.
You sure are. In fact, so whether you're having a party or you're going just turning every appliance in your house off, you're going to get all the electricity that you need to be able to live a normal lifestyle and really enjoy yourself.
I've read reports about you can actually, in some cases, sell back power to the local utility. I don't know if El Paso Electric...
They do accept that, and it's a big part of the program. In fact, that's one of the reasons that the solar energy systems have become so affordable, because that's a big part of making them that way.
Well, and in addition, PNM is also buying back the power. But PNM is looking to reduce how many customers can enter that program next year. So we're really encouraging PNM customers to sign up this year for their solar system so that they can get into the program this year and benefit from those paybacks, which will be over the next 12 years they have a contract.
What kind of... the panels, the equipment, and all that stuff.
That was my question. You slap the panels on the top of your house. Yeah. What else is involved in terms of how you use it every day?
Well, there's another major device that's part of the system that converts the kind of energy that a solar panel makes into the kind of energy that you use to run your light bulbs and your refrigerator and things in the house and put back onto the electric grid. And it's called an inverter. And those are really the two major components of a system. We do it a little bit differently because our inverter is actually attached to the panel, and each panel gets one. So that's why I say they're modular. And so the whole system is very expandable, easily expanding, starting with a small system and expanding out to something much larger. For the homeowner, there's nothing. There's no knobs, there's no dials, there's no switches. There are systems that we provide that allow them to monitor the production of their system. They can see what every single solar panel is doing, and they can run time lapse where they can watch the sun come up and the energy being produced by their system, and it can get kind of fun, really.
See a lot of solar panels over at the campus of NMSU. Are they doing a lot of research?
They do. They research a variety of different solar panels and where they are for efficiency and different approaches for hooking them up.
What is the material, the basic material on solar panels?
It's the most common material on the planet. It's silicon. So it's the same thing that we're seeing in our computer chips and so forth that have driven that revolution. That's also what's driving the ability to turn sunlight into electricity.
I was reading something about green cars, and all the materials going into green cars are actually fairly rare materials, and that is a concern as we go into the next, with battery-operated cars and so on. So this is not going to be a problem with solar. If everybody goes solar tomorrow, we're not going to run out of
silicon. We got plenty of.
Got plenty of it, we got plenty of sun. It's certainly obvious. It shows how practical it would be here in southern New Mexico and sunny environments. What is it practical in other parts of the country or parts of the world?
Well, it is. In fact, the United States is behind most of Europe and the rest of the world in implementing solar throughout their country. And then in this country, you'd be surprised, but one of the top states in this country is New Jersey.
Really?
Yes.
That is surprising.
Even though our sunshine is so much stronger here and our efficiency and payback is so much faster, still yet you're seeing states throughout the Atlantic, the upper and middle Atlantic, and they have tremendous programs, and they're getting great saturation with these systems.
Everything takes a little longer to get here.
But except the sun, we've got plenty of that. You mentioned the government subsidy programs. Is that something that people have to apply for separately, or is that all, if somebody would come to you, would that all be taken care of?
If they come to us, we take care of every document that needs to be taken care of, whether it be for the state, the federal government, or El Paso Electric. We fill in all the forms. We take care of everything. So the customer doesn't need to know anything about this.
In general, how long would it take a person to get their investment back? Obviously, if you need new air conditioning and a new heating system and so on, you pay for it and you're not getting that back. That's
right.
just a capital expense
That's
that
right.
people go through. But with solar energy, how long would it take to pay for itself?
Well, if you discount the value of the asset, which is the system itself that's sitting on your roof and is good for about 50 years, okay, if you discount that completely, you're looking for just the fruit that it produces, you're talking somewhere between 8 and 10 years, and that's at today's rates. Now, as electric rates increase, that payback accelerates.
I don't think they're going to increase, are they?
Only a little bit in a few months.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, you also have to keep in mind that if you do sell your house before that time, the reports are showing that you're getting back over 100% of the cost of the system in your resale. So some reports are showing as much as 175% of the value of your system is added to the cost of your home when you go to resale it. So it's not really, you don't really have to be concerned about payback so much because the system retains its value at least dollar for dollar and oftentimes a whole lot more.
Does it make noise?
Nothing, not a sound. We could have them in the studio, and you wouldn't even know they were here. But more on what Janet was saying, the houses also sell faster, which is in this market a very important item.
People are looking for green attributes to the homes that they buy now, and earth-friendly materials, and that certainly is a good selling point.
Solar has always made a whole lot of sense to me, and now it even makes more sense.
Excellent.
Janet,
Excellent.
Mello, Honig, thank you. Sunspot Solar Energy System, the number 1-877-300-SOLAR. It's a pleasure meeting you both and hearing more about
Hey,
it.
thanks for
Thank
the
you. It's a pleasure
brownies.
to be here.
These are delicious.
Chocolate chip cookies, too. 817 at 101 Gold.